What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and you're looking at the LEZYNE HP Drive Handpump. Now we looked at products from LEZYNE before, more specifically their bike lights, and they make high quality biking products, and this is no exception, so let's dive right in. This is how you get it. There's no real packaging going on except for this sort of hanger that the mounting bracket is attached to, which is the first point to mention actually right away. This, as you can see, has some screws on the back as well, and you can mount this to attachment points on your bike if you have those. It has a nice strap with Velcro, so it doesn't accidentally fall out, and then you just pull it out and that's it. So let's put this to the side and let's look at the pump itself. As you can see, compared to my hands, it is super tiny, so this is something you can easily store on your bike or even throw it in a bag without too much trouble. It doesn't weigh much and it's nice and small, but it packs quite a bit of punch, as you might have seen on the wrapper. It is up to 120 psi, which is 8.3 bars, so it should work for pretty much any road bike and even for racing bikes, racing tires more specifically, obviously. So you should be good, but obviously be aware that it's a small displacement volume, so when you want to get a lot of air in your tire, for example mountain bike tires, you're going to be pumping quite a bit. Let's take a look around. We've got the LEZYNE logo here, the flex hose that we'll get to in a minute is printed there, and that is all there is to see. As you can see, there's two caps on either side. One is the obviously part where the air comes out, and that is actually a point to mention right away. When this is closed, obviously air cannot go out. This is not attached, you can't screw this on. So when this slides up, you can hardly push it back in because this is closed. That's not a design flaw or anything, it's just something to notice. There are other brands and other similar pumps out there that have sort of a screw mechanism or a click mechanism that you can have this locked so that when it goes out it doesn't stay here, it doesn't go out at all. Now on the other hand, side rather, is a screw part that reveals the ABS flex hose. This is their connection from, this is the connection rather, from the pump to your valve. It has Presta and Schrader ends, as you can tell, right there, and it is threaded on both ends. Now obviously one end is going to screw in here, into the part where the air comes out. So that's that, and the other end is actually going to screw onto your valve, and that's actually a really nice touch, because there are plenty of hand pumps available that you either have to hold in place with one hand, or you have to hold the hose in place with one hand, so that's very inconvenient. And with this you just screw it on your valve and it stays put, which is excellent because obviously since it's such a small displacement pump, you'll be moving it around quite a bit in order to get the air into the tire, and then it's nice that this stays in place. It's flexible, so you can even create a bit of an angle. And over here you notice the air pressure release valve, I suppose. There's a little button here that you can press that will release any leftover pressure here in the hose, or you can actually use it to bleed air from your tire if you so desire. And that's really all there is to it. It's a very elegant solution, I think, that it's stored inside the pump itself, and it's a very effective solution that it's bendable, so you can use a bit of an angle, and it screws on, so you won't have to worry about it popping off and you have to start all over again. So I'll show you how it screws in. Nothing really too exciting to see. I have to say the thread is quite fine, so you have to line it up properly, but once you screw it in, there you go. This is the whole setup system, and then it's just a matter of pumping away and making sure your tire is inflated. Now, that is really all the functionality there is. It's a hand pump, so let's not get too carried away. But it does it in a great stylish package. Let's put this back in and put the cap back on. And a very effective design that is really practical to use. Now, who is this pump for? That's tricky. It costs you about 30 bucks, a little under, so it's not expensive. So anybody that has a bike could afford this for sure. The mounting bracket with the mounting screws suggests that it's for semi-professional use, people that have a very serious bicycle. That said, when you mount this on your bike in an urban environment, I'm originally from Amsterdam, and I can tell you that this will be gone within 3 minutes, because, you know, that's what people do apparently. So I don't really see this as something you attach to your bike when you live in a city, but it is something you can definitely throw in your bag when you live in a city. You know, because it's so small, doesn't weigh anything, doesn't hardly take up any space. So you can definitely have this in your backpack or whatever when you bike to and from work a lot, for example. So I'd say in general it's more aimed towards the, let's say, at least semi-professional biker with a serious bike that has the mounting points where this can attach to, and that will store his bike in his garage where something like this doesn't get stolen. Are there any downsides? Not really, apart from this potentially creeping up and not being able to close. But you could, I suppose, solve that by mounting it close to your the tubes in your frame. Although that said, that probably doesn't work with the screws, because that's obviously a mounting point that you can't change. So it would be nice to see a sort of click or screw mechanism to keep this in place. Other than that, there's no real downsides. You can go crazy in terms of features and price with other LEZYNE pumps. They go up to $100. But for $30 I think you get a great product that's very functional and very effective in what it does. It might be small, but this could be, you know, very handy when your tire goes flat unexpectedly, or when you have to fix it completely and pump it back up. And since it doesn't really take up any space or weight, I think this is an excellent travel companion for anybody who bikes. This was Peter from Reviews on Anything with a look at the LEZYNE HP Drive Handpump. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!